Chapter 8. Liberation while alive. Ribhu. I shall now explain the knowledge of Brahman and the characteristics of a Jivanmukta. One who abides solely in the self is called a Jivanmukta. I am the same as Brahman. I am the self. There is no doubt of this. One who is firm in the conviction that I am Caitanya, the conscious self, is called a Jivanmukta. I am the self, which is consciousness. I am Paramatman, the supreme self. I am attributeless. I am higher than the highest. One who has this certitude is called a Jivanmukta. I am beyond the triad of bodies. I am Brahman, consciousness. One whose final conclusion is that I am Brahman is called a Jivanmukta. I am of the nature of a mass of bliss. I am higher than the highest bliss. One whose mind is thus all bliss is called a Jivanmukta. He who has no body or such, who is certain that he is Brahman, and who is filled with the highest bliss is called a Jivanmukta. He who has no trace of ego, who abides only in consciousness, who has the highest bliss, and who revels in bliss is called a Jivanmukta. He who is definite of being only consciousness, who is of the nature of consciousness alone, and who does not remember anything else is called a Jivanmukta. He who is ever satisfied everywhere, who abides in the self, comprehending the self everywhere, and who is ever complete in the self everywhere, is called a Jivanmukta. One ever absorbed in the Supreme Self, certain of being the Supreme Self, of the nature of bliss, and unmanifest is called a Jivanmukta. One living in this beatitude alone, bereft of all attachments, as the self ever present in bliss, is called a Jivanmukta. Of just one nature, the self in peace, devoid of thoughts of anything being separate, such a one who does not in the least have anything, is called a Jivanmukta. I have no mind. I have no intelligence. I have no ego, nor do I have senses. One who is Brahman alone is called a Jivanmukta. I have no defects. I have no body. I have no prana. I have nothing, ever. Whoever abides in this certitude is called a Jivanmukta. I have no delusion. I have no desires. I have no anger. I am beyond all these. There is nothing here of mine. Such a one who knows this is called a Jivanmukta. Faults have I none. Characteristics have I none. Attachments have I none. There is no world for me. Such a one who has realized this and who dwells in permanent bliss is called a Jivanmukta. Ears I do not have. Nose I do not have. Eyes I do not have. Tongue I do not have. Mind I do not have. He who is definite in this is called a Jivanmukta. I have no body. I have no distinguishing marks. I have no cause. I have no fourth state. He who is established in himself thus is called a Jivanmukta. All this is none of mine. All that is none of mine. One who is established thus in Brahman alone is called a Jivanmukta. There is not even a little of mine. There is nothing of mine. There is no world for me, not a bit of it, ever. I am myself. One who is thus established is called a Jivanmukta. I have no time. I have no space. I have no objects. I have no being. There is no ablution or renunciation for me. Such a one is called a Jivanmukta. For me there is no holy river, no God, no service to a God, and no shrine. I am without the least difference. He who is so is called a Jivanmukta. I have no attachment. I have no birth. I have no knowledge. I have no position. I have no speech. He who so abides in himself is called a Jivanmukta. I have no punya. I have no papa. I have no body. I have nothing auspicious. I have nothing to see. Such a seer is called a Jivamukta. I have no sound. I have no touch. I have no sight. I have no taste. I have no life. One who realizes thus is called a Jivamukta. I have none of it all. I have not the least of it. I have no life. I have no place anywhere. I have no attitudes. I have no possessions. One who has realized thus is a Jivamukta. There is nothing in liberation for me. There is no duality for me, no Vedas for me, no scriptural injunctions for me, and no distance for me. One who thus abides in himself is a Jivamukta. There is no guru for me, no disciple for me, no teaching for me, nothing higher for me, and no object is exalted for me. Such a one is called a Jivamukta. For me there is no Brahma, no Vishnu, no Rudra, no Ravi, sun. There are no actions for me. There is nothing for me. One who has realized thus is called a Jivamukta. For me there is no earth, no water, no light, and no space. There is no action for me. One who abides in himself thus is called a Jivamukta. There are no words for me, no sentences for me, no lineage for me, no race for me, and no knowledge for me. One who abides in himself thus is called a Jivamukta. There is no audible sound for me, no inaudible sound, sabda and nada for me, no ideal for me, no future or worldly life for me, and no contemplation. One who abides in himself thus is called a Jivamukta. There is no cold for me, no heat for me, no delusion for me, no recitation of mantras for me, and no dawn or dusk for me. One who abides in himself thus is called a Jivamukta. There is no muttering of mantras for me, no mantras at all for me, no homas for me, no night for me, none of all this for me. One who abides in himself thus is called as a Jivamukta. There is no fear for me, no food for me, no thirst for me, no hunger for me. There is no self for me. One who abides in himself thus is called a Jivamukta. There is no front for me, no rear for me, and there is nothing above me. There are no directions for me. There is no mind of mine. One who abides in himself thus is called a Jivamukta. There is nothing in the least that I have to say. There is not a whisper that I have to hear. There is nothing ever so little to be thought of by me. One who is thus is called a Jivamukta. There is nothing in the least to be experienced by me. There is not even an atom to be contemplated upon by me, nor is there anything to be remembered by me. One who is thus is called a Jivamukta. There is no enjoyment for me. There is no sickness for me. There is no yoga for me. There is no dissolution for me. There are none at all for me. One who abides in himself thus is called a Jivamukta. There is no existence for me. There is no birth for me. There is no aging for me. There is no decay for me. There is no superimposition for me. One who abides in himself thus is called a Jivamukta. Superimposing is not for me. Refutation is not for me. There is nothing at all for me. One who is thus is called a Jivamukta. There is no purity for me. There is no shining for me, nor is there one or many for me. There is no past for me, nor any actions. One who is thus is called a Jivamukta. Who am I is not for me. This is not for me. Not another is not for me. Oneself is not for me. There is nothing at all for me, none at all. One who abides in himself thus is called a Jivamukta. Neither flesh, nor blood, nor marrow, nor excrement, nor bone exist for me. One who abides in himself thus is called a Jivamukta. There is nothing of all for me. There is neither white nor blue, nor is there anything separate for me. One who abides in himself by himself, thus is called a Jivamukta. There is no longing for me, no covetousness for me, no indirect or metaphorical meaning for me, no fame for me, and no philosophy for me. One who abides in himself thus is called a Jivamukta. There is no mistaken notion for me, no knowledge for me, nothing to be kept secret for me, no lineage for me, nothing at all for me. Contemplating thus, one is called a Jivamukta. There is nothing I have to relinquish, nothing I have to grasp. There is nothing I have to laugh at for me. There is no dissolution, nor is there any God for me. One who abides in himself thus is called a Jivamukta. There is no vow for me, no fatigue for me, no sorrow for me, and no happiness. Surely there is nothing for me. Such a one is called a Jivamukta. There is neither knower nor knowledge nor anything to be known for me. There is nothing of mine for me. There is nothing at all. Such a sage is called a Jivamukta. For me there is no such thing as to you or to me or from you or from me. There is no guru for me, not for me. Such a one is called a Jivamukta. There is no lassitude for me. There is no delirium for me. There is no fatigue for me. There is nothing good for me either. One who is established in not for me, is called a Jivamukta. There is no lineage for me. There is no aphorism for me. There is no status for me. There is no compassion for me. There is nothing at all for me. One who contemplates thus is called a Jivamukta. There is no self for me, no non-self for me. There is no heaven for me, no fruit for me, and there is nothing to be condemned by me. Such a one is called a Jivamukta. There is no practice for me. There is no learning for me. There is no peace for me, no self-restraint for me, and no body for me. Such a sage is called a Jivamukta. There is no distress for me, no doubt for me, no sleep for me, no mind for me, and no uncertainty for me. One who has this conviction is called a Jivamukta. No old age exists for me. No childhood exists for me. Not an atom of youthfulness exists for me. No death exists for me. No darkness exists for me. Such a one is called a Jivamukta. Remembering that the world is not for me, nor its experiences, nothing of all this. Such a one who has found that silence also is not for me is called a Jivamukta. I am indeed Brahman. I am indeed Brahman. I am indeed Brahman. It is certain. I am consciousness. I am consciousness. One who is thus is called a Jivamukta. I am Brahman. I am consciousness. I am the highest. There is no doubt. I am myself, the self-luminous. One who is thus is called a Jivamukta. One who sees only himself in himself, who abides only in himself, and who exists only in his own self is called a Jivamukta. Who enjoys himself in the bliss of his own self, who resides in the domain of his own self, and who sees himself in the domain of his own self is called a Jivamukta. I am myself the one-pointed. I am myself the Lord of myself. I perceive myself as of the nature of myself. One who is thus is called a Jivamukta. The explanation of the Jivamukta is difficult to come by in all the Vedas. Whoever hears this even once, himself becomes Brahman. Those who, by the ideas of differentiation engendered by the arguments and injunctions of the Vedas, emaciate themselves with their minds set on acquiring punya and inflict untold hardship on their bodies, will at no time attain the happiness that flows from your feet, O Lord. Who can cross this ocean of samsara, worldly existence, of the nature of successive waves of birth and death? One who is imbued with the meditation on Siva, well instructed in the modes of worship of Isvara, can alone make the crossing by the boat of the differences less knowledge.